Hi, my name is Sterling Canoodle.
And I'm Abram Bettis, and this is our very first Newscast episode of this school year.
This is the 2019-2020 Newscast team. We will be your anchors for this year.
And we want to give a big thank you to all of the people who have helped us make this episode.
We hope you enjoy.
Here we go.
Hello, STEM Squared Prep. My name is Teresa Shields, and today I'm here with
Sahara Torres, and today we'll be talking about Restart.
So Sarah, I have heard that you just read Restart.
Well, yes. I really like the book. I especially like the part where every time that Chase Ambrose asks somebody who he is, they all say something different. And it seems that the lunch ladies know him the best. And for those of you who haven't read Restart, Teresa will tell you a summary of the story.
So the book starts off with a boy named Chase Ambrose who has amnesia, so he doesn't remember who he is or anything. When he gets home, he finds pictures of him with two boys who are apparently his best friends. And apparently he's the sports hero of the school. Seems like a good enough guy so far, right? Well, that's where you would be wrong. You see, there's this girl named Shoshana Weber, and apparently Chase and all his friends were the biggest jerks and bullies in the entire school, with of course Chase as their ringleader. And you spend most of the book seeing that Chase has changed and is actually a good guy. He eventually joins the video club, and Shoshana slowly hates him less and less.
So Teresa, now that you've summarized the story, what did you think about the book?
I thought the book was very good. It's actually one of my favorites.
So what did you think about Chase's personality?
I thought the reason Chase's personality was so drastic is because when you take out the way he grew up and just how he was raised, you have a good guy, just like his mother says.
And to find out more, read the book for yourselves. This is
Sahara Torres and Teresa Shields with Book Reviews signing off. Bye!
I'm here with Miss Duarte, and today we're going to talk about bullying.
Hello, Charlotte. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So the first question that I have for you is, what is considered bullying?
Very good question, Charlotte. So here we have a bullying prevention and intervention handbook. And this handbook is created by the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District. So what we do is we abide by this in every scenario that might happen here at school. The definition of bullying coming from the handbook is a single significant act or pattern of acts by one or more student directed at another student that exploits an imbalance of power and involves engaging in writing or verbal expression through electronic means, physical conduct that satisfies the applicability requirements below. So it can be one single act, or it can be multiple acts. It can be one single act on one person or multiple people. It's sufficient, has the effect or will have the effect of physically harming a student, so that they can literally physically harm you, damage a student's property. So they don't necessarily have to hit you or anything, but they can damage your property. Placing a student in reasonable fear of harm. So they're fearful of being harmed, and also is sufficiently severe, persistent, or pervasive enough that the action or threat creates intimidation, threatening, or an abusive educational environment for a student. Materially and substantially disrupts the educational process or the orderly operation of a classroom. So if it is disrupting the classroom, that is also a reference for bullying. And it also includes cyberbullying. Cyberbullying means bullying that is done through the use of any electronic communication device. It can be your phone, it can be your computer, including through the use of a cellular or other type of telephone, a computer, camera, and electronic mail, instant messaging, text messaging, social media applications, internet websites, or any other internet-based communication tool.
So there's lots of kids that are bullied that don't know who to tell. So another question I have is, which one to you is better to tell, a friend or a trusted adult?
Okay, here at STEM Square Prep, we do have the available box that's in the hallway in front of the bathrooms. That box is a suggestion box. That suggestion box is anonymous. You can always just write down what's happening in a little paper and just throw it in there discreetly as you're walking by. Another thing that we suggest here at Score Prep, you can come to me, the counselor, if you feel comfortable coming to me. You can also go to Ms. Brandenburg, which is our director. You can also go to your trusted teacher, and you can just go to them and you feel that they'll go ahead and listen to you. Another thing that we also have promoted before is writing down on a little paper whatever's going on and throwing it underneath the door of Ms. Brandenburg's office, whatever means that you find that you're most comfortable with.
Why do you think some kids don't want to tell their parents or their friends or someone that they trust?
Well, if you're being bullied, you don't want to stick out any more than you already probably are. So sometimes it's just hard to come out and say exactly what's been happening to you, but it's important to speak up.
Kind of piggybacking on what you said about cyberbullying, what should you do when you're getting cyberbullied?
Report.
Report?
Yes.
So, I've heard some people say that you should take a picture of it, or
You can possibly take a screenshot of whatever it is that you are, whatever form of electronic device they're using to bully you. Then you need to at least have some sort of, proof. Not that we wouldn't believe you, but it only makes your case a little bit more powerful. And what we want to do is bring it to the attention of the bully eventually, and that way that person or that bully we can go through the handbook with him and see where it falls, or her.
Another question I have is that some people, they just stand by when somebody's getting bullied. So what do you think is the best course of action for standing up for someone while they're getting bullied?
So if you're standing by and you're looking at the whole incident happen, I would suggest you run and get an adult. There are adults everywhere visible, so make sure that if you're the person looking at that incident occurring, go ahead and take it upon yourself to go and get somebody of older age so that they can go ahead and be witness of it and they can break it apart also. And I believe that there's power in numbers. So if you start to tell everybody, guys, we've got to stop this, this is not okay, then in numbers there's power. So as many people that you get into that bandwagon of saying no to that, whatever is occurring, I feel that it's going to bring the bully to a stop.
There have been lots of different reasons that bullies bully people. Do you have any of those reasons?
It's a power imbalance between that person and the victim. They want to feel powerful by putting somebody down, and that's what I've encountered in my practice. So just keep that in mind, that we're here to be kind and respectful to everyone, and we need to prey on each other's virtues. We need to make sure to help everybody rise to their full potential. It is a power imbalance that somebody wants to feel superior to another person through being mean to them.
I've also heard that some bullies are getting bullied themselves. Why do you think they keep bullying someone else?
To make them feel what they're feeling, maybe. So that's where I would come in and speak to that person, and whatever it is that we've been through, whatever that particular person has been through, that there's different types of therapy and counseling that they can go and seek, and that helps to also alleviate that pressure that they've felt for many years if they've been bullied previously. And it takes a lot of talking about it and somebody understanding that person, and that's what I'm here for, and Ms. Brandenburg and the teachers are here for.
One final question. Why do you think bullying is such a big issue here in school and outside of school?
When you come to middle school, there's already a lot of changes going on as a 7th grader, as a 6th grader, an 8th grader. And then on top of that, feeling that you have to be part of a group and say you're not part of that particular group that you want to be part of. So then you start to feel bad, and what do you want to do? You turn around and you belittle other people. And it is a big problem, and there's ways to stop it, by making sure to stand up for others that are being bullied, and by you also practicing good character and character strong.
Well, thank you so much for your time this birthday, and to our viewers out there, make sure not to join into bullying and to stop it.
Hi, my name is Emily Galar and I am your sportscaster. Recently on November 1st, the Bird Bowl was held at the Boga Stadium. Harlingen High won 32-28. 8th grade Vela Soccer Team A played Vernon on November 2nd and won 1-3. 8th grade Memorial Soccer Team A played Coakley on the 2nd. Sadly, no one won. The score was 0-0. The game for Gutierrez was canceled on the 2nd, but they played Coakley on the 9th and lost 2-0. Some of our fellow students from Simcoe Prep placed for cross country. Xavier Martinez came in 2nd for Memorial, and for Gutierrez, Ashton Canales came in 7th, Justin Copenhaver came in 15th, and Joey Guerrero placed 19th. Congrats to the kids who placed, and thanks for participating in your school events.
Hi, I'm America Garcia, and today I'm here with Ms. Johnson to ask her a few questions. I was wondering, why did you become a teacher?
I became a teacher for a number of reasons, but probably the biggest one being because I love to see light bulb moments with my students when they've been working really hard on something and they understand it for the first time. That's the most rewarding and fulfilling experience as a teacher. But I also love that every day is different. I never know what's going to happen, and it teaches me to be flexible, and it also allows me to be very creative, and I'm a very creative, artistic person, so it's a job that allows me to do that with, with the ability to create and present and speak in front of people every day.
How long have you been teaching?
This is my 5th year teaching. I worked in advertising and marketing for a lot of years before that, but decided teaching was in my blood. My mom was an English teacher for 25 years, and my dad retired from being a history teacher and a football and baseball coach. So I knew it was in my blood. I just didn't start teaching right away. I did some other things first.
What were you before you were a teacher, besides advertising?
Well, before I was a teacher, I worked for Chevron, the oil and gas company, in their marketing and recruiting. And then I did marketing for a home decorating boutique in Memphis, Tennessee. And after that, I worked for an advertising agency in New Mexico, and that ad agency actually did advertising for the spaceport, which is Richard Branson's space exploration that he created. And so I got to actually have a press conference with Richard Branson, which was really neat. That's kind of one of my most memorable experiences.
If you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
If I wasn't a teacher, I would probably have to be a fashion designer. And that is because I love clothes, I love fashion. I have a dream of going to Fashion Week in Paris one day, but I also carried around a sketchbook as a child and a teenager. I always had that with me, and I was constantly thinking of ideas for creations of new outfits or shoes or different interesting ensembles.
What do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, right now, I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, so they keep me very busy, and my favorite thing to do with them is to take them to the beach or to go camping or fishing with them, and just let them run and be in the sun. I love being outside.
Thank you. On to our next segment.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome back to Newcast, and today we're here with current events. I am here with your current events from around the world, and as you guys probably know by now, there was a tornado in Dallas that left 3 minorly injured but none killed, luckily, and there were 140,000 people left without power. Tornado touched down near Love Airport at 4:25 a.m. in the morning and ended at 10:30 a.m. in the morning. What would you do if you were without power? Just like freak out and it's like, no, my
Yeah, I'd probably be scared and it would probably be dark.
Alexa, save the date for the 2nd annual Harlingen Fall Festival. On November 23rd, there will be a fall festival from 5 to 10 p.m. It is located at Lindsay Hill Park and has free admission, pumpkin patch, carnival rides, live music, and so much more.
Is technically cotton candy. Okay, Michael. So I have one more story to share with you all, and that is a story that in the Netherlands, a Dutch family was found in their basement for 9 years with no contact to the outside, because back in, I think it was 2010 or 2009, depending on the news article published date, the construction site that was near there, they were building an office building, and they put one of the mounds of dirt over the basement door because they were going to go down there because they were doing something, I forgot what, and they got trapped into there, and all they had were a lot of canned goods or like canned vegetables and food and whatnot, and bottles of water. When a guy found them because he was going to use that dirt for something, they were skinny and their clothes were all torn up, and he described them as skinless, bone-chilling humans, and I found that pretty nerve-wracking because imagine that, and like
being trapped in the ground with no arm.
that would be scary.
And that is the end of our first current event segment. On to the next one.
This is the very first real-life interview with our people want to know. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Well, is it fine if I ask you some questions? Yeah, that's fine. Well, what hobbies do you like to do outside of school? I know you like to hunt and fish, so.
Well, yeah, I like to hunt and fish, but I play tennis like quickly.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that. What was your reaction when you got accepted into STEM Squared?
I was very excited and ready to experience this school.
Nice, that was the same with me. I know that you are really into robotics. What career would you like to pursue?
I would like to pursue in a mechanical engineering career after high school and when I'm done with college.
That's exactly what I do. Well, you're really smart in the classes that I've had with you. What class makes you progress the most?
I think science and math class make me progress the most, and I think I learned a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's what you're really into, science and robotics. Well, thank you, Enrique.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shelby Montes with your trivia part of STEM Preparatory's Newscast. This month's challenge is going to be a scavenger hunt around the school. When you are rotating to your next class, look around for the hidden figures of SpongeBob. There will be 10 pictures hidden throughout the school. I have given your teachers a paper for you to write down where you find these characters. Here's how you win. First, complete the paper with all 10 locations. Next, turn in your paper to the box in the office. Last, watch the next episode of Newscast to find out if you won. This is Shelby signing off.
I hope you enjoyed our very first episode of Newscast. And today's quote is, "Nothing's impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible." And what this quote means to me is that nothing is impossible. It could be done with the right tools. Like for physical tools, it could be a pencil or shoes. For mental tools, it could be determination. I also have a story. So at Mr. Levels' Family Fest, his station, we had to use a claw to get the marbles from one container to the other container. And I thought I wouldn't be able to do it. I thought it was going to be impossible and I was never going to win. But then I remembered this quote and I was like, I could do it. And I did it with determination and hard work. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.